welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of Footy HQ. I'm your host, Melanie Whelan. With me is Ballarat Football League expert Pat Nolan. Because, Pat, it is a massive grudge week in the Ballarat Footy League this week.
Massive week. It's the round everyone's been waiting for, North and Sunbury. Going to be a huge game down there on Saturday.
Yeah, and before we get into it, I can't wait to talk all things Sunbury and North City. We have another grudge match shaping up this weekend in the Central Highlands Football League. And for a bit of a taster, we've got this photo sequence brought to you by the Courier's Jeremy Bannister of Hepburn forward Lee Cox, one of the most prolific goal kickers probably in country footy going around, taking an awesome grab, and here it is. So have a bit of a look at that as we get ready for a massive Hepburn-Daylesford clash. They're sort of middle of the ladder, but still in the top 8 at the moment, so I'm expecting it's always a massive match down there, isn't it, Pat?
Oh, it's a huge game. It's a bit different, I suppose, this year because they're not dominating the league.
Yeah,
they have
not 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always a massive game, but it's just something a bit different. I suppose there might even be more riding on it because they're not going as well as they have been.
Yeah, got to stay in touch with the rest of the competition. Yeah. It's a pretty tough competition in the Central Highlands. Speaking of the Central Highlands, also this week, Pat, Tim McKay, Skipton Premiership coach, renowned player down there, decorated player. He's shaping up for his 200th game this week in the Central Highlands Footy League Seniors, but he's under a bit of an injury cloud, so we hope to see him running out against Gordon, and we won't know until tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky ones. Like, you want to play your 200th game, but you want it to be a good game, so you don't want to go in with sort of carrying an injury just to play that game and have a stinker. So, yeah, it's up to him, really. He knows his body best. So.
Yeah, definitely. As we said, a very experienced player, and we look forward to seeing him on the field the next couple of weeks for that impressive milestone, and hopefully this weekend.
Absolutely.
But, Pat, massive focus this week on the Ballarat Footy League. How's things shaping up in the Sunbury and North City camps?
Yeah, pretty interesting game. Well, very interesting game actually. Obviously the 2 undefeated sides, which is pretty unusual, I suppose, this late in the year, round 9, to have 2 sides still remaining undefeated and having not played each other yet, obviously. Yeah, massive game down there. I'm really looking forward to heading down to Sunbury. Yeah,
and I mean, the lines are always extremely tough to beat at Sunbury. It's a bit of a fortress down there, and look forward to seeing what happens. But, you know, as you said, North City are undefeated. They're on a real roll, obviously being undefeated, and it'll be a massive clash down there. Look forward to seeing what happens.
And I think a lot of people might remember this same match last year where there was a bit of a dust-up before the game. Before the siren actually sounded, I think North City were warming up at the wrong end. Somebody weren't too happy with that. There was a bit of a dust-up. But yeah, both sides have sort of claimed innocence in it. Speaking to them this week, actually. But it should be pretty interesting. My tip, I reckon North might actually get up this week.
Oh, you do? Really?
Yeah, Sunbury, they're undefeated, but they haven't been playing at their best, I don't think. They've had a lot out, and North have been just dominant. They haven't played either Adan or Sunbury. So, but I reckon North might just get up, actually, in a bit of an upset, I suppose.
I'm going to go for Sunbury. Record, massive fan of Footy HQ, but not just because of that. He's got a well-oiled unit, and I wouldn't write them off down there.
Oh, you can't write them off. No, it's going to be within 1 or 2 goals either way.
Yeah, it'll be a fantastic game. Speaking of fantastic games, the Roosters had an amazing win down in Port Melbourne last weekend, beating the Borough down there. We think that Port Melbourne, unconfirmed, haven't lost a home game down there since about 2010. That's what I'm hearing. Last team that knocked them off down there was Williamstown. Very exciting stuff for North Ballarat Roosters. They've got Bendigo on Sunday, so it'll be a good game for them to try and consolidate, get a couple in a row. Yeah,
they should win that one, obviously. Heard there was a bit of emotion down in the room.
There was a bit of emotion. A few fans were actually crying, which is great to see. It was fantastic atmosphere down in the rooms there. Also, Pat, as you can see, coming up on your screen, I went to the Youth Girls last weekend, the Ballarat Footy League. It was part of their Goldfields Trophy against the Bendigo Juniors. And the Youth Girls in their 2nd year of interleague clashes, I guess. It was fantastic to watch. We had a double-page spread on just how that competition's really booming, really taking off, and attracting a lot of athletic young girls that are really taking the game on. And I'm sure a few of them could actually rival the boys out on the field. Yeah,
no, it's great to see it taking off so well and girls getting so enthused about it, I suppose. It's obviously generally been a man's game, but it's obviously starting to change a bit.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously coming up in the next week or so, there's the big Melbourne v Bulldogs game in the Women's Footy League, first AFL game. That's pretty exciting as well. So
yeah, absolutely. It's great to see it taking off.
Yeah, and we'll have 2 players in that game, Caitlin Ashmore from Melbourne and Jenna Bruton for the Bulldogs. So we look forward to bringing you that news and the fallout from Sunbury and North City in the next week. Until then, we'll see you same Footy HQ time, same Footy HQ place.